Hello, I'm Dr. Russell Dawn, President of Concordia University Chicago. Thank you for tuning in to today's Cougar Athletics broadcast. We take great pride in the strength of both our athletic and academic programs, which are rooted in our steadfast commitment to Jesus Christ. Dedicated to the liberal arts as a foundation of a high-quality college degree, we believe education should form individuals for service to their neighbors. This makes Concordia Chicago an exciting and fulfilling place to study, work, learn, and grow. Learn more today by visiting cuchicago.edu. Thank you, and go Cougars!
Hello, Cougar Nation, and welcome to the Concordia Softball Stadium for Game 2 between the Cougars and the Cardinals. Cardinals take Game 1 with a score of 2-1 over Concordia Chicago. And they're going to look to continue that momentum into Game 2. Leading off for the Cardinals is Gwen Schaus. And she slaps that foul to start the count 0-2 on the mound. To start Game 2 for the Cougars is Eden Pufall. Pufall. And a very favorable count to start the game here. Steps, winds, and fires. And that's low for ball one. As Schaus's run through on the slap hit ends up halfway to the mound. That wind dying down a little bit for game two. Still coming in southeast. Here's the 1-2. Oh, and that one up around the head. Schaus bending out of the way. The 2-2 on the way. That's high again, and it fills it up. Payoff pitch coming in from Pufall. That's slapped towards left field. Pilas knocking it down, can't grab it to make the throw. And it's a leadoff knock for Gwen Schaus. Soft contact's enough to get the job done. So the man at first and no outs, Gracie Vlack stepping up to the plate. Pufall on the year has been the most reliable pitchers for the Cougars. This is her 5th game started, 19th appearance. She has 43 innings pitched. And through those 43 innings, a 4.07 ERA, giving up an opponent batting average of .320. As that first pitch goes high, Vlack showing bunt. In game one, North Central put 2 runs across in the first. It was the only runs they put across, and it was the only runs they needed. Vlack holding again. That's ball 2. That's a stolen base for Gwen Schaus. Got a little bit of a late jump, and it led to a little bit of a late pop for Emmy Lucero. That's now a runner into scoring position with no outs and a 2-0 count on Vlack. Pufall gets set and gets back out onto the rubber. Here's the 2-0. Ball's high, throw down to third. Not in time. Oh, it was in time. Schaus in with another stolen base. Gwen Schaus taking 2 bases in a row. The throw was in time, but it was to the left of the bag, and Campos had to bring it all the way back over to apply the tag onto Schaus, and by that point, Schaus already into the bag. So she gets checked on from her coach, brushes some of the dirt off the jersey. Runner at third, no outs, and a 3-0 count on Vlack, showing bunt again. Pufall fires, pulls back, ball 4. And it's not too bad of a walk for Pufall. Brings a double play back into play, and that's something the Cougars capitalized on in game 1, turning 3 double plays in game 1. As Coach Sarah O'Malley Fisher headed out to the mound to have a chat with Pufall, who's in another jam to start the inning. Might be getting a little bit of deja vu from game 1. North Central starting that game off with runners at the corners, no outs. They do the same here in game 2. Coming up to the plate is Haley Morsavillo, and Morsavillo, the best hitter on this North Central squad, coming into the day hitting .404. That's dropped a little bit after she went 0 for 3 in game 1. She grounded into 2 double plays in that game. But again, this is a player who is on the season the exact person you want at the plate in this situation. Hasn't gotten that job done today so far, looking to get it done and hadn't flipped the script in game 2. Pufall back onto the rubber, winds and fires. Morsavillo into right field. She does get the base hit. Schaus scores from third. Vlack moves up to second. It's an RBI single for Haley Morsavilla. 1 pitch and a run. And she's able to flip the script and put a run across. So still no outs on the inning. First and second for Lauren Bomar. North Central's looking to keep the momentum going and put up some more damage. Bomar came into the day hitting .291, hitless in game 1. Takes that first pitch high for a ball. Pufall, after getting out ahead in the first at-bat of the day against Gwen Schaus with an 0-2 count, has struggled to find the strike zone. The 1-0. Grounded up the middle. Pufall firing over to third. There's one. And it'll stay at one. They cut down the leadoff runner. There's one away. Still first and second as Emma Herder will come up to the plate. Soft grounder to the pitcher turns into an out. Up to the plate is Emma Herder. And Herder over to second. There's one. Another double play. Eliza Auger does it herself to end the inning. Auger had a fantastic defensive day in game 1. She continues to flash the leather in game 2. A one-man double play as she snags line drive and steps on second to end the inning. Cougars getting the jam and escape, allowing just 1 run as we head to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 North Central when we come back. And we're back bottom of the first. Concordia being led off by Mikyler Morris once again in game 2. Morris picked up a base hit in game 1. Cougars down by 1 here in game 2. Morris starting this at-bat off in an 0-2 count, taking high and then taking inside. On the mound for North Central in game 2 is Nicole Stone. Stone, the transfer to North Central for her sophomore season from UW Stout, making her first pitching appearance at the collegiate level in this game. That is her first at-bat she's pitched to, and her first 4 collegiate pitches are all balls. A 4-pitch walk to Mikyler Morris. Stone did not play her freshman year at UW Stout. Was not a member of that roster that initially committed to play, ended up not playing, and then has played this season for North Central. Has a substantial amount of playing time in the field, 54 at-bats. She's hitting .278 on the year. She hasn't seen the rubber yet this season. So Coach Taylor getting some experimentation in a late season non-conference matchup as they have a quick chat with Stone to figure things out, as you've already got a leadoff man on, no outs. And Lindley Southern up to the plate. Southern scored the lone run for the Cougars in game 1. Stone fires. Southern taps that down, foul. Stone fires. Southern grounding over to third, firing a second. There's one. And the throw slightly off. Schaus isn't able to fire over to first, so it's a fielder's choice. They cut down the lead runner.
Now batting for the Cougars, a designated player, number 15, Arissa Santos.
And Southern is safe at first. Arissa Santos up to the plate. And she takes that first pitch off the plate for ball 1. It's a 1-0 count. Santos takes high, ball 2, and Stone has struggled to find the strike zone to start this game. Got a little bit of action in the bullpen for North Central right now. In case you can't figure out, she does there, firing that one in for a strike on Santos, making it a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1. High again, making it a 3-1 count. Through her first 10 pitches thrown, 7 balls to 3 strikes. And you can't find the zone, you're going to get into some tough spots. She's in one here against Santos. And she pumps that in for a strike. Fills it up, 3-2. The 3-2. Into right field. Foul. Hooking out of play. And for the first time today, the wind pretty much non-existent. That flag hanging down on the pole in left field. So right field coming back into play. The payoff. Grounded up the middle. Stone knocks it down, finds it over to first for none! Lauren Bomar just dropped it. Stone made the throw in time. It was on the mark, and Lauren Bomar just couldn't hang on. An error over at first. And she pumps that first pitch to Campos in for a strike. Campos lifting that into right. Play is made out there by Miller, going home in time. They get Southern, who throws her hands up. Yeah, and Coach Fisher going to talk to the ump. It looked like Southern was able to get the hand around the tag. The glove being applied to the right arm, chest, something before the hand got down is what the home plate umpire sees. And North Central turns 2 to end the inning. Concordia Chicago, first and third, 1 out. They can't get anything across, and they're still down 1-0 as we head to the top of the second. And we're back at the top of the second. North Central still up 1-0 after turning 2 and throwing out Lindley Southern at home to end the bottom of the first. Stone flies that deep to left. Southern on the warning track, and she makes the grab. Stone driving it, but just getting under it. As Lindley Southern celebrates with a dab in left field. One away, Kayla Crabtree, the catcher, stepping up to the plate. Poofall fires. That's off the plate for a strike. Or on the edge for a strike. Oh, 1 count on Crabtree. Coming today, Crabtree hitting .261 on the season. She takes that lone away for ball 1. Poofall catches the outside corner again, painting the edges. Makes it a 1-2 count on Crabtree. And the 1-2 pitch on the way. In the dirt, way in the dirt. For ball 2, evens it up. Poofall gets the call back onto the rubber. She winds and fires. That's grounded up the middle. That's into the outfield. A single for Kayla Crabtree. Number 77 gets aboard. There's a man on, 1 out for Sydney Nienhouse. Not Sydney Nienhouse. We're going to have a pinch hitter already. Bianca Juarez stepping up to, I'm not sure what's going on here. This is not a situation where you need a situational pinch hitter. Maybe Coach Taylor just trying to throw things around. That one in the dirt to Juarez. Juarez, the sophomore from Aurora in the transfer from Aurora. Played at Aurora in the NAC her freshman year, transferring to North Central for her sophomore year. The 1-0 way up there for a 2. I still don't know why you're pinch hitting in this situation. Nienhouse was out and ready to go. But either way, Juarez is in, and Bianca Juarez on the year. Just 2 at-bats. Her third ends with a ground out. To first, Crabtree safe at second. Lorenas did it all herself over at first. It advanced the runner, so the pinch hitter doesn't come through.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the right fielder, number 19,
the rare second inning situational pinch hitter. And with 2 away and a runner in scoring position, Bailey Miller stepping up to the plate. And then we're going to get a pinch runner over at second. So Venus Taylor breaking all the tricks out of the bag here early. Running for Kayla Crabtree is Natalie Sanchez, the sophomore transfer from Wisconsin Lutheran. As Miller flares that foul. Sanchez on the base paths on the year. Has been there. The 0-1 count on Miller is low, 1-1. Here's the 1-1 from Pufall. It's high, ball 2 on Miller. Two and 1 now. Pufall fires. That's fouled back, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch from Pufall. Swing and a miss. She gets Miller going and picks up her first strikeout of the day to end the second. They strand a runner at second base. We head to the bottom of the second inning. Cougars looking to get on the board. They trail by 1 when we come back. Bottom of the second, Cougars trailing 1-0 as Nicole Stone heads back out for another inning of work. She's facing off against Maya Lorenas, who's leading things off for the Cougars. Lorenas came into the day hitting .346 on the year. Not a lot of pop, a lot of contact, however. Got a 2-0 count. The 2-0. In there for a strike. It's a 2-1 count now. It's high, make it 3-1. So Nicole Stone getting better at finding the zone. Still not perfect. The 3-1. High again. She walks Lorenas to start the inning. Another leadoff walk to get things going, and that'll bring Julia Pataluna up to the plate for the Cougars. Pataluna playing in right field. today for CUC. As she drops a bunt foul. On the year, she's got 30 at-bats. This is her 7th start for CUC. She's hitting 333 through those 30 at-bats. A 1 pitch. Pataluna pulls back and takes it for a ball. One count, runner at first, no outs. Stone fires. And Pataluna goes low to drop a bunt. Would have been a ball, goes foul. Makes it 1-2. Bunt, probably not an option. The 1-2. And Pataluna flares that into center field for a base hit. Lorena's safe at second. First two are aboard. And it's first and second, no outs for Elena Pilas.
Number 3, Elena Pilas.
11th hit of the year for Pataluna. And she goes through with the bunt. It's a strike. Pilas, again, a player who struggled at the plate this year. Coming into the day, hitting .205. And the first two bunts go for strikes. The throwdown to first nearly getting over the head of Bomar. Sorry, over the head of Vlak, who had moved over to first as Bomar came up for the bunt. 0-2 count on Pilas. Stone gets the call, sets, steps, winds, fires. And Pilas grounding over to third. Second on by there, over to first, no play. That cuts down the leadoff man, and for out number 1. Good jumps from Lorenas and Pataluna
Number 9, Emmy
to
Lucero.
prevent the double play. First and second, one out for Emmy Lucero, who's getting the start at catcher here in game 2. She takes that first pitch for a ball. Lucero, again, not the year she's looking to have at the plate in her sophomore season. She's got a 2-0 count to start this at-bat. Hitting 152 coming into the day after game 1. She's up to 15 strikeouts on the season. The 2-0, swing and fouled down for a strike. Two 1 count. And Lucero gonna call time again, just not feeling comfortable in the box. The 2-1. Grounded over to short, flipped to second for one, not in time to make the throw over to first. The slide from Pilas makes it a tough play, and Lucero is able to beat it to first.
Eliza Auger.
That makes it 2 away with runners at first and third. Another jam. For Nicole Stone, she's got Eliza Auger at the plate. Auger in game 1 picked up a pair of walks, grounded out to the pitcher's mound to end the game. Got an 0-1 count in this at-bat. Grounded over to third. Herder slinging to first. Out number 3, Cougars. Put the first two aboard. They can't score a run again. They strand them at the corners. We head to the top of the third. Concordia still trailing by 1 when we come back. Top of the third, North Central still leading by 1. Gwen Schaus leading things off. And she takes that in for a strike on the mound. In the third, it's Megan Boska. Boska put in 2 good innings of work, gave up 1 hit, no runs in game 1. As Schaus swinging fouls that off, puts her in an 0-2 hole. The 0-2 from Boska. Schaus swings and misses. A 3-pitch strikeout for Boska.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the second baseman, number 11, Gracie Black.
Her 8th K of the year. Boska, not a big strikeout pitcher, not a big walks pitcher. She gives up a lot of contact. There's an example there. Alger knocks it down, but it gets into the outfield anyways. Base hit for Gracie Black. And a man's board with 1 out. Runner at first, 1 out for Haley Morsavillo. Morsavillo singled to right her first time up. She had the unpleasant, rare occurrence of grounding into 2 double plays in game 1. She shows bunt, pulls back. It drops in for a strike anyways. A 1 count on Morsavillo. Make it 1-1. In safely at second is Vlack. It looks like Pilas didn't make a clean grab when trying to go to apply the tag. So whether or not it's in time is irrelevant. Runner safe at second, puts a man in scoring position with 1 out. Ooh, that pitch way inside for ball 2. Two-1 count on Morsavillo. Grounded over into the outfield, just splitting the gap. Maybe half a foot from the glove of Campos and the same from Pilas. And it's into out left field for a knock.
The Cardinals, the first baseman, number 1, Lauren Bowman.
The ground ball single from Morsavillo puts him at the corners with 1 away. So first and third, 1 out. Lauren Bomar coming up to the plate for North Central, hitting to a fielder's choice for last time up. Back onto the rubber. Winds and fires. Swing and a miss on Bomar. Starts the count 0-1. Count. Bunt dropped to the mound. That'll score a run. Everyone's safe. RBI bunt single for Bomar. It looked like Boska realized she wouldn't beat the runner home. Hesitated on the throw over to first because she didn't think Auger was going to get there in time for the throw. And everyone's safe. Still 1 out. North Central now leading by 2-0. First and second for Emma Herder lined out to second, what became a double play. Starts this at bat off with a foul towards her own dugout. It's an 0-1 count on Herder. That pitch is going to get away. Everyone moves up 60 feet. Wild pitch puts him at second and third with one out, so two in scoring position for Herder. Boska fires, and Herder lifts that to center field. Charging on it is Morris. She makes the grab. They're thought about sending Morris Sevilla. They wisely hold her up at second, at third. So that's now two away with runners at second and third. Nicole Stone now stepping up to the plate. Stone flew out to the warning track. Her last time up, Boska fires, and Stone lifts that towards center. McMorris under it to make the play. Cougars get out of a jam, but not before a run scores. North Central strands them at second and third, but they push a run across. It's now 2-0 Cardinals when we come back. Bottom of the third, Cougars still scoreless today. Leading off is McKyler Morris. She drives that into right field. When it gets knocked down, it's grabbed out of the air by Miller for out number one. Pitching it out for Stone in the third inning, who's starting to really settle into a groove. Stone fires. That's in the dirt for ball one to Southern. Southern reached base on a fielder's choice. Her first time up today was thrown out trying to score on a fly out to right. And this time, fired straight back at Stone, who grabs it for the out. Well struck, but to the wrong spot. Larissa Santos up to the plate with two away. Stone steps and fires. That's just high for a ball. The 1-0. In there for a strike. 1-1. The 1-1. Low again, 2-1. Stone fires high, 3-1. Santos trying to get something going with 2 outs. That's in there for a strike, just catching the zone, and it fills it up, 3-2. Payoff pitch on the way. That's hot shot over to third. Herder slinging to first. They make the play. 3 up, 3 down for Stone, who's starting to feel it. We head to the top of the 4th. North Central up 2-0 when we come back. Top of the 4th, we got a flurry of defensive changes for the Cougs. Haley Goldsby back into the game. She's in left. That moves Lindley Southern over to second base. And they slide Eliza Auger over to short. Elena Pilas out of the field. First pitch from Bosca is in for a strike on Crabtree. And then she swings and misses for strike 2. 0-2 count. Bosca trying to finish the job off. That's floated into left. Goldsby moving over to make the play. There's out number 1.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the center fielder, number 28, Sydney Meanhouse.
One away. Up to the plate comes Nienhaus. And a grounder over to second. Southern sliding to make the play. Can't make it cleanly. And it's a base hit for Nienhaus.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the right fielder, number 19, Bailey Miller.
So Coach Taylor has a chat with the umpire, and Bailey Miller is ready to go. Boska fires Miller, pops that over the backstop and foul. It's an 0-1 count on Miller. Boska steps and deals. Bunt dropped foul, makes it 0-2. Miller struck out swinging her last time up. That was Pufall who got her. Now Boska back on the rubber, fires the 0-2, way outside for ball one. This time, Miller holds up. Here's the 1-2. That's drilled foul. Stays 1-2. Miller stays alive. Again, Miller, she's got some pop, hit slugging, .429 on the year. And this is a North Central team that does not have much pop at all. 3 homers as a team. Miller has 2 of them. She grounds that up the middle. Southern over, grabs it, can't flip it to second in time. A very tough play. Cougars can't pull it off. Another infield single. Just a soft grounder. Just right down the middle. Longest spot for Southern or Augur to run to. And it's now first and second, 1 out for Gwen Schaus. Boska fires. Schaus drops a bunt foul. North Central, this is the team. The offense, very reminiscent of, you look at the Major League Baseball, that 2025 Cleveland Guardians offense. Just bunt and single them to death. This time the popped bunt goes foul. Campos having to jump over it to keep it from going off of her foot. But yeah, just infield singles, bunts, not a lot of slug in the lineup at all, but you just keep the line moving and just wear the opponents down. The 0-2 drilled into the outfield for a base hit. Single them to death. Everyone moves up another 60 feet. Second hit of the day for Gwen Schaus. And with the bases juiced, Gracie Vlack will step up to the plate. Vlack's 1 for 1 on the day with a single. She's got a walk to come with that as well. That's drilled over right into the outfield. A ground ball single. The line stays moving, an RBI knock for Vlack. Just slipping between under the glove of Lorenas. Everyone moves up 60 feet. Nienhuis scores. And the bases stay juiced. So now it's Haley Morsavillo. Morsavillo, a pair of singles today in game 2. Boska fires. Morsavillo into left field. That'll drop for a knock. Everyone moves up 60 feet. Put another run across. And now we're going to get the pitching change. Coach Fisher's had enough. Doesn't like the single beat down as Megan Boska will head out of the game. Into the game to pitch now for the Cougs is Alyssa Lopez. She'll get warmed up. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network in just a minute. And we're back. Base is still juiced with 1 out. That's a grounder up the middle. Lopez going home with it. Realized just before she threw it over to first that, oh, I got to force it every bag and I can cut down the leadoff run. Stops the runner from scoring. And with 2 away and the base is juiced, Emma Herder up to the plate. And she puts that over to first. Lorenas does it herself. Lopez comes in, 2 pitches, 2 grounders to end the inning, but not before the Cardinals bunt and single the Cougars to death. 2 more across the plate for North Central. And they lead 4-0 as we head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll be back in just a minute. Bottom of the 4th, and Concordia's trailing by 4. 4-0 lead for the Cardinals. Alyssa Campos leading things off for the Cougs. Nicole Stone back on the mound for another inning of work, and Stone, she's found a groove after a sloppy 1st and 2nd. Dealing through the 3rd, and this time Campos straight into center field. Sydney Nienhaus laying straight out to make the grab. Center field flashing the leather.
Maya Lorenas.
There's 1 away. That'll bring Maya Lorenas up to the plate. Stone fires. Lorenas floats that into center field. Nienhaus, another out. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Stone.
Right fielder, number 27, Julia Pataluna.
That'll bring Julia Pataluna up to the plate. Stone fires that inside. It will not be a divine inning. 1-0 count on Pataluna. Make that 1-1. That one painting the inside corner. Stone drops that high for a ball. Pataluna's 1 for 1 in the game with a single. Stone fires. And Pataluna takes it on the outside edge. Strike 2. Evens things up. Pataluna back into the box. Stone deals. Fills things up way outside. The 3-2. Low and in. Pataluna draws the walk. And she's aboard for the 2nd time today. as Haley Goldsby
Cougars, number 4, Haley Goldsby
steps up to the plate for the Cougs. Strong bat in the bottom of the order now after she takes Elena Pilas' spot. Stone fires that in for a strike. And the move to pull Elena Pilas put Southern at second, Auger at short, and then Goldsby in left. As Goldsby takes the 0-1 in there again, 0-2, and she knew it. Maybe motivated a bit by kind of realizing this is a game where defense is great, but you're already losing. You're going to need some more offense to try and take down the Cardinals. The 0-2, grounded up the middle, snagged, and safe at second. Schaus reaching to try and plant the glove on the bag, but Pataluna's still able to beat it out. Would have been a heck of a play if she could pull it off.
Now batting for the Cougars, the catcher, number 9, Emmy Lucero.
Emmy Lucero now up to the plate with runners on first and second. Stone fires low for ball 1. Lucero grounded into a fielder's choice her first time up. The 1-0. Low again, 2-0. So Stone, who got into a groove, starting to lose it a little bit with 2 outs in the 4th, 2 straight base runners. She deals the 2-0. That's high. 3-0 count on Lucero, the ultimate hitter's count. Lucero back into the box. Stone fires. That's high. A 4-pitch walk with first and second, and that juices him up with 2 away for Eliza Auger. Auger grounded out to third her last time up. Stone fires in, strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Stone deals again. That's high, 1-1. Auger fouls that off, makes it a 1-2 count. The 1-2 pitch on the way. That's high, evens things up at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lifted left center, tracking back is Nienhuis, can't make the play. It's off the base of the wall. They're taking a while to get it in. They hold Lucero at third. It's not bases clearing, but it is a 2 RBI double for Eliza Auger all the way to the base of the wall.
Now batting for the Cougars.
The Cougars.
Number 17, Michaela Morris.
Finally get some runs across. They cut the gap in half. It's now 4-2. At the play is Michaela Morris. She takes that first pitch high for a ball. Cougars, 2 pitches, 2 outs to start the inning. And they got a little 2-out rally going. It's become more than a little one. Stone deals. And that's in there for a strike, 1-1. Stone back on the rubber. Outside, 2-1. You got an open bag at first. After Morris, it's Southern on deck. tying run. Augurs at second. And Morris fouls that into the backstop. It evens things up at 2 apiece. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Stone deals. Outside, that'll fill it up. Three-two count. Stone fires again. Grounded over to short, picked up by Schaus, over to first, in time to end the inning, but not before the Cougars get a couple across. Concordia, powered by an Eliza Augur double, get their first runs up double.
Now back to the Cardinals, the catcher, number 77, Kayla Crabtree.
Puts the leadoff man at second, so runner in scoring position with no outs for Kayla Crabtree. As Coach Venus Taylor having another chat with the umpire, they look to the outfield. We're going to pinch run for Nicole Stone. Charlotte Tousley headed out to second to take her place on the base paths. So Tousley's at second with no outs. Kayla Crabtree stepping up to the plate. Crabtree 1 for 2 on the day. Lopez fires. That's on the inside edge for a strike. The 0-1. Bunted down. It'll stay fair. They get Crabtree at first. Tousley moves up to third.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the center fielder, number 28, Sydney Nienhouse.
It's runner in third, 1 away for Sydney Nienhouse. Fired in for a strike, throw down to third. Not in time. Tousley's back safe. Here's the 0-1. Fouled off, 0-2. The 0-2. Off the plate, 1-2 count now on Nienhouse. The 1-2, Nienhouse over to short, over the glove of Augur into left field for a base hit. Augur went to put the glove down a little too early, took a nasty bounce over it. And the base hit scores Tousley. It's now a 5-2 game.
Now batting for the Cardinals, the right fielder, number 19, Bailey Miller.
So man at first now, 1 out for Bailey Miller, who's 1 for 2 today. Drops in for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1. Popped towards left. Auger chasing, making the grab. 2 away. Nice play by Auger.
Batting for the Cardinals, the shortstop, number 8, Gwen Schaus.
So Schaus at the plate. 2 away, runner at first. A 1 pitch to Schaus. Takes it for a ball. Grounded over towards second. Southern charging, applying the tag to Nienhuis. A heads-up play to end the inning. Not before North Central pushes across another one. It's now 5-2 Cardinals when we come back for the bottom of the 5th. Bottom of the 5th. Cougars trailing by 3 now, 5-2. Lindley Southern leading things off for the Cougs. Make that a 2-0 count. On the mound for to start the 5th is Charlotte Brummel. Brummel, the freshman out of Sandwich. Just 3 innings pitched on the season coming into the day. She's got a 3-1 count on Southern. Through those 3 innings, she gave up 3 earned runs. Allowed opponent batting average of .333. And Southern into center field. Play is made by Nienhuis for out number 1.
Now batting for the Cougars, the designated player, number 15, Arissa Santos.
Arissa Santos stepping up to the plate with 1 away. That's dropped high in the zone for a strike. Brummel, through those 3 innings she had coming in the day, 2 Ks, no walks. Drops that one low for ball 1. 1-1-1 on Santos. Make it 2-1-1. Brummel fires. That's low. 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. They walk Santos. Going from 0-1 to 4-1. That puts a man on first with one away for Melissa Hajik. Hajik pinch hitting, or not pinch hitting, taking the place of Alyssa Campos, and then pinch running over at first is Charlize Gonzalez for Arissa Santos. A pitch from Brummel low and away for ball 1. The 1-0. Outside again, 2-0. Brummel struggling to find the zone so far. The 2-0. Fired in for a strike, 2-1. 2-1. Just outside. 3-1 on Hajik. That's 14 pitches thrown so far for Brummel. 10 of them balls, only 4 strikes. Here's the 3-1. Off the plate again. Back-to-back walks. And the Cougars have 2 aboard with 1 away.
Now batting for the Cougars, the first baseman, number 30, Maya Lorenas.
Brummel was just losing command of the ball. That's going to put Maya Lorenas at the plate with 2 on. First pitch fired in for a strike. The 0-1. In there for strike 2. So now Brummel's starting to find the zone again. Going right after Lorenas. Lorenas back into the box. Brummel fires the 0-2 into right field for a base hit. They hold Gonzalez at third, but the single juices the bases for Julia Pataluna.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 27, Julia Pataluna.
So Pataluna up to the plate with the bases loaded. She's 1 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk in her last at-bat. And Coach Taylor going to head out to the mound for a quick chat with Charlotte Brummel. Got a 3-run lead. Now the tying run over at first in the bottom of the 5th. Cougars scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th, and they're threatening again in the bottom of the 5th. Final score in game 1 was 2-1. Both teams struggling to score in that one. This time, North Central not really struggling to score. They've got 5 across on the day, and they've scored in every inning but the second. So the mound visit's done. Everyone's back to their places. Brummel back onto the rubber. Pataluna back into the box. She's got him loaded with 1 away. Brummel fires that one low and away. Ball 1. Another ball for Brummel. The 1-0. That one's flared foul down the right field line. So Brummel, unique weapon on the mound for this North Central squad. The southpaw. You don't see too many lefties at this level, and that's something you really want to start working as an effective weapon, is that left-handed pitcher. As Padaluna fouls that off. Just because it can throw that batter off. You have the ball coming from a different spot on the mound. The 1-2. Grounded over to first. Into the outfield for a base hit. Gonzalez comes home to score. It's an RBI single for Julia Padaluna, able to take advantage of some iffy defensive positioning for North Central. So the bases stay juiced with one away. And we're going to get a pitching change on the mound. Coach Taylor does not like what she's seen from Charlotte Brummel in this game. So Brummel, a third of an inning, gave up a run, and she is done. And Sam Schilf, after pitching a complete game in Game 1, giving up just one run in that game, she's headed back out onto the mound to try and bail out the Cardinals in Game 2. She'll get warmed up on the mound. We'll be back in just a minute. Sam Schilf back on the mound for in the bottom of the fifth. One run already scored by the Cougars, and they've still got the bases loaded with just one away. Sam Schilf already pitched a complete game in Game 1. Went 6 innings, gave up just one run. Sorry, 7 innings, gave up just one run. And Goldsby flies that to center. They're going to send Hajiq. They're going to pull her back, and that's a good hold. Throw would have been her bum. It was a nice dot from Nienhuis in center. That makes it 2 away. With the bases loaded, Emmy Lucero coming up to the plate. Lucero, 0 for 1 on the day. Drew a walk her last at-bat. Takes that on the outside edge, strike one. Schilf, with that out, has now crossed 110 innings pitched on the season. And she fires the 0-1. Just low and outside for ball one. 1-1 count. That one low, almost in the dirt for ball two. So every runner on the bases is Charlotte Brummel's. As Schilf fires, that's shot foul, evens things up at 2 apiece. Schoaf isn't responsible for any of them, so if they score, those runs would be credited to Brummel. But you're bringing Schoaf in here to try and keep all of them off the board, and she's 1 strike away from doing so. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th. Lucero fouls that down. She'll stay alive. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. She gets Lucero going, and the Cougars strand loaded. They still manage to score 1 run and bring the gap back down to 2. It's 5-3 North Central as we head to the top of the 6th. Top of the 6th, Alyssa Lopez back out on the mound for another inning of work. Vlack grounds that to second. Southern turning, firing over to first in time. Vlack thought she was safe. Drops to the ground. Not an argument, but not happy with the call. Southern floated it to first. Didn't really get much sauce behind the throw at all. Works out anyways. There's 1 away for Haley Morsavillo. One 0 count. Morsavillo 3 for 3, all singles so far in game 2. The 1-0. Low and away, ball 2. Two-0. Lopez steps, winds, fires. 3-0. Here is the 3-0. High, ball 4. Just high. Morsavillo thought it was going to be called a strike. She heads over to first, a 4-pitch walk, and there's 1 on with 1 away, and Lauren Bomar coming up to the plate. Coach Fisher headed out to the mound to have a chat with Lopez. Everyone will head back around the field. And Bomar will step into the box. Bomar's 1 for 3 on the day. Dropped a bunt. There was a fielder's choice to the pitcher's mound her last time up. Lopez fires. Bomar takes it way in for a ball. That's 5 straight balls from Lopez. Through her first 16 pitches when she came out, 14 were strikes. Now that's 5 straight balls. Bomar up the middle for a base hit, bouncing over second. And that puts 2 on with 1 away. Another single for the Cards.
Number 17, Emma Herder.
And we're going to get a pitching change on the mound. Alyssa Lopez's day is done. Katie Davis coming to the game for the Cougs. She'll get warmed up. We'll be right back on the Cougar Sports Network.
Now
Top of the 6th, runners on first and second, 1 out. Katie Davis back onto the mound for some more work today. She started game 1, went 3 innings in that game, gave up 2 runs. Now she's back out in the top of the 6th of game 2. Herder fouls that first pitch off and takes the next one on the inside edge. 0-2 count to start the at-bat. Davis onto the rubber, gets the call, steps, winds, fires. Way off the plate, ball 1. And again, just if you weren't tuned into game 1, Katie Davis, her biggest struggle this year has been that control. Walked more than 40 batters. That pitch is going to get away, and both runners move up a bag. Wild pitch. Puts it 2 in scoring position, second and third, 1 away. Two-two count on Herder. Davis onto the rubber. She steps and fires. That's low and in, fills it up, 3-2. Going from 0-2 to 3-2. Davis trying to finish her off. You have an open bag at first now. She fires. It's low, ball 4. Herder, after that first foul ball, puts the bat on the shoulder and draws a walk. And it'll load the bases for Charlotte Tousley.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 16, Charlotte Tousley.
Tousley in game 1 today, 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. And she grounds that first pitch back to the mound. Davis slow to pick it up. Everyone's safe. She knocked it down, couldn't find it. And everyone's safe. A run scores off the bat of Tousley.
capture number 77, Kayla Crabtree.
So Kayla Crabtree up to the plate now for the Cardinals. Davis fires. That's low and in, ball 2. Low. Low again. Ball 3. 3-0 count. Davis starting to lose control. She fires a 3-0. High. A 4-pitch walk. Brings in a run. And it's now a 7-3 ball game.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 28, Sydney Niehaus.
So the bases stay juiced with 1 away. 2 runs is scored. A error by Davis on the contact from Tousley, and then a 4-pitch walk to Kayla Crabtree brings Sydney Niehaus up to the plate. Niehaus 2 for 2 with a pair of singles today. She takes that first pitch in for a strike. Again, that death by 1,000 cuts offense. As Niehaus fouls that back, 0-2. Davis onto the rubber, steps and fires. Low in the dirt, it gets away. Everyone's going to move up another 60. Pitch went down on the plate, had a lot of spin on it, just kicked to its way to the backstop. So everyone scores on the wild pitch. Still 1 away, now 2nd and 3rd. Niehaus into a fouls that off to bring it to keep it at 1-2. Davis stepping back onto the rubber. She fires. That's popped towards right, and it will drop down in foul territory to keep the at-bat alive. One, two, lined over to short, grabbed. And by Auger, they're going to say it hit the dirt. Either way, they throw out Niehaus at first for out number 2. So they're going to pinch hit for Bailey Miller. Sophia Patterson headed to the plate with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 away. Patterson on the season, very limited sample size, just 4 at-bats. She has 1 hit in those 4. Throw down to 3rd, not in time. She takes that first pitch on the inside edge for a strike, so it's an 0-1 count. Davis back onto the rubber, the 0-1 on the way. Down in the dirt, 1-1. Sophia Patterson's able to get aboard. You got Gwen Schaus on deck. Davis just trying to limit the damage. That's popped foul. Brings it to a 1-2 count. The 1-2 from Davis. Swing and a miss. She gets Patterson going. And that'll bring the inning to an end, but not before North Central brings 3 more across. It's now an 8-3 game, a 5-run lead for the Cardinals. Cougars need to punch back when we return in the bottom of the 6th. And we're back, bottom of the 6th. Concordia now down big, 8-3, trailing by 5. Eliza Auger leading things off for the Cougs. 2 RBI, double to left center her last time up. And now their team trailing by 5. She's hoping to get something big started. Takes that first pitch from Schilf in for a strike. It's going to be harder for the Cougs to get things going. Sam Schilf, the top arm on the staff for the Cardinals, a very small staff. But Auger pops that towards short. Grab made by Schaus for out number 1.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 17, Mikyler Morris.
With 1 away, Mikyler Morris coming up to bat for the Cougs. Morris 0 for 2 on the day. Grounded to short her last time up. And she fouls that one off. 0-1 count. The 0-1 on the way. And Morris tags that to left field. Moving over is Tousley to make the play, and there's out number 2. Able to see that one the whole way, just didn't get enough power behind it. And that'll bring Lindley Southern up to the plate with 2 away. Southern takes that low for ball 1. Here's 1-0, and Southern pops that up. Bomar tracking to make the play. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 6th.
In the bottom of the 6th, the Cougars scored 0 runs on 0 hits with 0 left on base.
We head to the top of the 7th. North Central, they'll get one more chance at the plate to add some insurance. They lead by 5. It's 8-3 when we come back. And we're back. Top of the 7th, North Central trying to add some insurance. It's Tatum Yoakley at the plate. She's pinch hitting for Gwen Schaus, and she floats one into right field for a base hit. So the leadoff man on again for North Central. So man aboard at first with no outs for Reese Johnson, who is pinch hitting for Gracie Vlack. Johnson on the year through just 22 at-bats, hitting 182, and she flies that out past short. Coming onto it is Goldsby to make the grab for out number 1. So with 1 away, we're going to get another pinch hitter, Abby LaPlante.
Now batting for the Cardinals, number 18, Abby LaPlante.
Coming to the plate to pinch hit for Haley Morsavillo. So Coach Taylor is starting to just try and get everybody some action. Davis fires. And LaPlante fouls that straight back to the press box. 0-1 count. Davis fires. Oh, that just catches the zone. 0-2. The 0-2 pitch from Davis. Tipped foul. So it stays in an 0-2 count, and LaPlante stays alive. The 0-2. Well high for ball 1. The 1-2 pitch. That's popped up. Lucero trying to get to it. Heads over the press box for another foul ball. It keeps the at-bat alive. 1-2 count. Davis fires. That's fouled off again to Division Street. As that one tags a moving car on Division. 1-2 pitch again. In there! Paints the corner for strike 3. Davis gets him looking. And there's out number 2. Now to the plate is Lauren Bomar. Bomar 2 for 4 with a pair of singles today. Went swinging on that one. Here comes the 0-1. That's on the inside edge again. 0-2. Davis starting to dial in on the zone. The 0-2 on the way again. And Bomar out ahead of it, able to make contact and keep the at-bat alive. Davis sets and deals. Bomar grounding to third. Hajik over to first. That's out number 3. Davis makes quick work of that inning. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Concordia hoping for something big. They need 5 to stay alive when we come back. Bottom of the 7th, Concordia trailing by 5, and they've got 3 outs to go. Sam Schoaf looking to finish this one off again. Leading things off for the Cougs is Charlize Gonzalez. Came in to pinch run for Arissa Santos. They're keeping her into bat. The 0-1. Off the plate too much. 1-1. The 1-1. Ooh, Gonzalez way ahead of it for strike 2. Had that one lined up, but just the timing way off. The 1-2 pitch from Schoaf. Flared foul down the right field line. Keeps the at-bat alive. You got Gonzalez at the plate, Hajik on deck, Lorenas in the hole. The tying run, as of now, represented 5 spots down in the dugout by Haley Goldsby. Schoaf fires. That's outside, evens things up to apiece. Schoaf gets the call, the 2-2. Low fills it up at 3-2. To Gonzalez. Grounded towards second, charging his Vlack, flipping to first for out number 1.
Now batting for the Cougars, number 13.
One away for
Hajik.
Melissa Hajik. Hajik drew a walk in her only other plate appearance in this game. She came in midway through to replace Alyssa Campos. She takes that first pitch high for ball 1. One 1-0 count. Schoaf deals. That one's on the edge for strike 1. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Off the plate again, 2-1. On deck is Maya Lorenas. Oh. The 2-1, Hajik pops that up past second, making the grab is Vlack for out number 2. And coming to the plate, pinch hitting for Maya Lorenas is Esme Luvano. Grounded out to first in a similar situation in game 1. Schoaf onto the rubber. Sets and fires. That's pounded in for a strike. A 1 count on Luvano. That's popped up and out of play. 0-2 count now on Luvano. Schoaf fires. That's sharply fouled off. Keeps the at-bat alive. If you can get there, you've got Julia Pataluna on deck. The 0-2. Outside, 1-2. Schoaf, ready, and fires. just off the plate again. Evens things up at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fills it up, 3-2. Luvano trying to keep things going. Shelf trying to finish off the game. The payoff. High for ball 4 at Walker. 0-2 to a walk, and that puts a man on first for Julia Pataluna.
Julia Pataluna.
Pataluna, she's had a great game so far. 2 for 2, a pair of singles and a walk. And she grounds that towards the mound. Awkward to play for Schilf. Pataluna's safe. And what in the world? So Esme Luvano stretched that out to third on what she absolutely should not have done. She rounded second.
Now batting for the Cougars,
And it
4,
looks like
Haley Goldsby.
Bomar was kind of shocked. Took too long to throw it over there, and then the throw, Luvano was able to work around it. Cougars had some rough base running today, and that's no exception, but it works out nonetheless. The 0-1 to Goldsby, just off the plate, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Goldsby takes that at the top of the zone for a strike. She shakes the head, doesn't like that call. One and 2. Sharp at third. It's into the outfield off the glove of Herder. Luvano scores. Pataluna moves to second. Herder had a chance to end it on a sharp liner. They checked that she's okay.
Now batting for the Cougars, the catcher number 9, Emmy Lucero.
First and second, 2 outs for Emmy Lucero, who's 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out swinging her last time up. She takes that first pitch in for a strike. Schilf's going to go right after. Lucero had a rough year, had a rough day so far. Not the year she's won. Her sophomore year was a big part of this team last year as a freshman. The 0-1. Pounded in again for a strike, and she's out 0-2 ahead. It's first and second, 2 outs. Concordia trailing by 4. Lucero trying to keep it going. It's just outside, 1-2. Shelf fires the 1-2. Was way inside. Lucero able to foul it off and stay alive. Count staying at 1-2. And here's the 1-2 pitch on the way. Sharply fouled to the dugout. Eliza Auger dropping the bat and going down as she nearly gets tagged. 1-2 count. Shelf deals. Fouled off again. Lucero is battling at the plate. And what you hope as the batter, the longer these at-bats go, usually ends up better for the batter than the pitcher. Right now, Lucero still in a 1-2 count. Shelf fires. And Lucero fouls it off towards the dugout again. And right now, Lucero, she's seeing the ball well enough to make contact, but the timing is off. She's been late on all of these pitches. 4 straight foul balls. Here's the 1-2 again. That's high for ball 2, evens things up. Lucero keeps the bat on the shoulder. That's pitch number 8. Pitch number 9's on the way. It's a 2-2 count. Runners at first and second, 2 outs. Auger on deck is the tying run. Schilf deals. That's fouled off again above the Cougar dugout. 5th foul ball of the at-bat for Lucero. Pitch number 10 on the way. Trying to battle enough to keep the game alive. Schilf trying to finish it off. Steps, winds, fires. Game! She gets Lucero going on a heater. And North Central comes into River Forest and sweeps the Cougars. And both of these teams' final non-conference trips of the season. An 8-4 win in Game 2 for North Central. As their offense just chips and singles and bunts the Cougars to death. Concordia able to put up 4. It's not enough. As they drop both today to North Central at home. North Central moving up to 17-15 on the year. Cougars dropping to 15-21 on the year. Again, both of these games out of conference for both of these teams. So they get to go right back to that conference play. North Central 7-7, sitting at 4th in the CCIW right now as that season winds down. The Cougars at 10-12 now in the NAC, which has them sitting at 7th in the conference standings, currently making the playoffs. That'll be decided next time the Cougars are in action this Saturday. Concordia Chicago taking on Aurora University in their final home doubleheader. It's senior day this Saturday on May 2nd. The Cougars hosting the Aurora Spartans at home. That'll be live here on the Cougar Sports Network. Again, North Central sweeping the Cougars at home, and they're both of these teams' final non-con games of the year. 2-1 in Game 1, 8-4 in Game 2. Game 2, the Cougars, big performances out of Eliza Auger with the 2 RBI double. Over on North Central's end, some big performances out of the pitching staff, especially Sam Schilf across both games, putting up 9 2/3 inning pitched, crossing over 110 on the season for Schilf. As she continues what's been a great season for her. That'll do it today for the Cougars. Thank you to everyone who made today's broadcast possible. Thank you for joining us here on the Cougar Sports Network. Again, Cougars back in action this Saturday hosting Aurora University right here. That's starting at 12 o'clock on the Cougar Sports Network. I'm Jonathan Shear of the Cougar Sports Network. Thank you for joining us, and as always, roll Cougs.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Concordia University Chicago Cougars Athletics broadcast. We hope to see you on campus very soon. If you would like to learn more about what Concordia Chicago has to offer, go to cuchicago.edu.